this world today, it's not like it was 2 or 3 decades ago. At the end of the school day, when the school bell rings, 45 million children leave what we hope is the safety of their school and the supervision of their teachers. Many go home to empty homes. Many are on the streets.
Boys and Girls Clubs are a place where you can learn, where you can play, where you can get to know other kids in a positive setting. And that's something that's desperately needed in our society.
I don't know of a better environment, other than family and church, than the Boys and Girls Clubs. And as you know, a lot of young people don't have much in the way of family. A lot of them don't have much in the way of religious upbringing. So it's Boys and Girls Clubs that they turn to.
In the 80s, when they put boys' clubs and girls' clubs in the basement of serious public housing projects, the kids had a place to go. They had a detour. They had a rationale. They had a way to choose the right thing, a little bit of help. And think about your own experience as a kid and as an adult. When you made a mistake, the difference between doing the right thing and the wrong thing is like that. And boys' clubs and girls' clubs provide that. Just gives you that little nudge, just gives you that little move. Kid walks in the door, hey, here's the deal. Come on in, we want you.
In 1949, a public meeting was held with the aid of prominent citizens, Mrs. Charles Garvin, Mrs. Tom Joe Smith, Mrs. Audrey Jackson, Tommy Deemer, and Harold Warren. As an outgrowth of this meeting, Circuit Judge John B. Rhodes became the club's first president. Since its founding in 1949, local community leaders have given the club great support.
The founders of the club were Mr. Houchins, Mr. Hagan, Mr. Houston Kirby, Mr. Raymond McClard, and Mr. Tommy Deemer. They decided to call it the War Memorials Club in honor of the veterans of World War II.
Well, the main person over the years has been Mr. Houchins. For years, every Christmas, when we would total up our accounting for the year, we'd be in the red, and he'd always give us whatever we needed. And of course, he was the type of fellow that didn't even want to publicize it.
Irvin Houchins' memories go back to when I was a young boy, when he would make it a point to know what was going on in the boys' club and to see that the programs and the things were what they should be. And he always offered us candy if we would come up to his office, which was located just a few blocks from the boys' club. His secretary would get on the phone and say, Mr. Houchins, some boys' club boys are here. And 3 or 4 of us would go up and we'd go in and we wouldn't just get a handful of candy. He'd give us a sack of candy. You know, that was just great. And he would just say, boys, how are things going? Are you having fun? Or what are you doing? And it just pleased him to see us, for one thing.
We hired Charles Collins, who was the first managing director that the Boys Club ever had.
Well, at the time I was going to the club, we had a very great director, and he was very strict on young boys being able to get along with each other, put you down in what they call today timeout, but put you down in an area of the boys' club where if you had a problem with another fellow member, then you'd sit there with him for the next 30 minutes or whatever, and you'd get everything worked out before you could enjoy any of the other activities of the club.
An old 2-story building at 618 Adams Street was purchased for the club. The building was remodeled to provide a shower and locker room, game room, library, and a wood shop. Many activities had to be conducted outside at the Adams Street Club. Many prominent citizens in our community, now club alumni, participated in a variety of activities at the old club.
The old Boys Club was a two-story building. I'm sure it would have been closed down in this day and time for a fire hazard and no fire escape. But to us, I guess it was just the best thing in the world. We had a pool table, we had a ping pong table, we had checkers, we could wrestle, box, take all our frustrations out. Mr. Collins taught us, if you're mad at each other, let's put the gloves on, settle it, and then once it's all over with, let's shake hands and go on. And that really works.
As the old club deteriorated, need for a new club became apparent. A new building committee headed by Irvin Houchins went into action in 1961. Approximately 14 acres of land was donated by the city. In 1962, work began on the new, most modern facility in the state. Our new club was a dream come true. This new facility at our current location has provided opportunities for many activities and special events.
When we first started, we didn't have many facilities and didn't have much manpower. And in these last 30 years, of course, now it's the Boys and Girls Club of America, so we have the young girls coming in too. But we've had so many, not only physical expansion, but we have about 5 employees down there now when we used to just have one to kind of take care of all of it. And we have computer training now. We have a whole lot more recreational equipment. We have a library. We're able to do so much more for the children from a standpoint of we have more discipline, able to discipline them more, and because of the number of extra personnel, we've also been able to get some students from Western on the work-study program, which has helped considerably.
Each year we have a National Boys and Girls Club Week. Usually we kick off the week by either having the participants to go to church as a group, or to on Sunday, or to go to their own churches and try to publicize the fact that it is the National Week. And then on the Monday of that special week, we try to have an open house, and some of our civic clubs like the Altrusa Club, the Women's Club, and Home Economics Club and others join in and help to fix refreshments and to help host that event. And this gives a chance for us, our city officials and our board members and their families and friends and anyone that wants to come down, see the club, see the activities that are going on that afternoon, and just take a general tour of the facility.
They have a tutoring program in the afternoons, which several of our board members are involved in. And last year we helped with a talent show that the Boys and Girls Club of America put on, and the kids danced. Most of them had a little dance routine, which we had a fun time making the video for that, and different stuff like that. The importance of some of the programs, the club, are to develop different skills, leadership, career, where they want to go, health, recreation. So it's more than just a place for them to go in the afternoon. It's a place where they can come and develop, personal skills.
Our War Memorial Boys and Girls Club gets much assistance in accomplishing its mission from Boys and Girls Clubs of America. Our Midwest Service Center provides continual assistance in helping our club develop core programs. Also, emphasis is placed on collaborative programming with other agencies such as our local city and county schools, city and county parks, housing authority, and YMCA, Junior Golf Association, Girls Inc., Community Action, AAU groups, and others.
We have a good relationship with the area schools. Becky Duncan is the principal at L.C. Curry School, and she's also on the board of directors of the Boys and Girls Club, and some members of her staff help with the computer lab at the Boys Club. Also, David Eccles is the assistant superintendent for the Warren County Schools, and he is very supportive of programs for the Boys and Girls Club.
Much-needed renovations of our clubs occurred in the 90s with the support of Jim Scott, Mike Murphy, Hondo Pendleton, Bob Toomey, Bob Gohagen, Charles Hardcastle, and others. These renovations increased our club's ability to carry out its mission.
I got down there and we put in a new track down there. Then we resurfaced the parking lot. And then we made an addition on it, made it twice the size that it is, and put in a brand new floor, an all new floor. And I mean, I can't even recognize it about the first time I walked in down there. And I mean, it's such a great thing for the boys in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Board meetings are held once a month at 7 a.m. with an average of 20 members present. Our current president, Kim Kirby, and treasurer, Jeff Joyce, provide leadership this year. Our Youth of the Year program, a Boys and Girls Clubs of America program offering opportunities for outstanding youth to compete for scholarships, is coordinated by Jim Tabor and Marie Smith. Our 1999 Youth of the Year, Daniel Withrow, is a freshman at Western Kentucky University, plays football for the Toppers. Asa Sparks is this year's Youth of the Year.
Youth of the Year program is one that's been used for about the last 15 years. And in this case, the local clubs will select the person they feel will be most suited to represent that club. It will be someone who has made a lot of contribution to the club, to their school, to their church, and as a civic or a good citizen of the city, our community.
Special fundraisers like the Houchins Markets Pancake Fry provide much-needed funds for the club. The well-attended annual event at First Christian Church is coordinated by Virginia and Sewell Houchins and Bud Manley. Trips to Western Kentucky University ball games and visits with the team are a special time for our boys and girls. Jim and Tony Scott, John Oldham, Dee Gibson, and Junior Whitaker are some supporters who enjoy these trips to Western.
A lot of the home basketball games, we would invite the boys club to come up and enjoy the game, and they would always have some money to get some popcorn and something to drink. And I think probably what they enjoyed even more than the basketball game was the coming into the dressing room and meeting the players immediately following the ball games, and that gave them an opportunity to shake hands, and the guys would rub their head, and I thought that was probably the highlight of the trip.
Christmas shopping sprees are rewards for special kids and are possible due to the support of Jay and Jim Bohannon, Ruel Houchins, Patrick and Wayne Gauntz, Bob Tincher, Terry Abel, Lance Mullins and Charles Mosley, David Rose, Lee Coleman, and many, many others. Special volunteers assist our boys and girls with Christmas shopping and help them make the occasion so special.
Kmart has allowed us to conduct or to have a shopping spree around Christmas time that we take several kids to, and they're allowed the opportunity to pick out either a combination of toys or clothing for themselves and their family. And also the Houchins have, also during the Christmas time, have allowed us to take several kids to their Houchins stores and allow them the opportunity to buy some groceries for their families during the Christmas season.
Two of the most fascinating trips that the youngsters seem to enjoy the most was our trip yearly to Kmart. It's called Christmas shopping at Kmart. The thing that impressed me probably more than anything was the fact that several times the youngsters said, the first thing I want to get is get my mother something. And, that really is heartwarming. Then the Houchins trip is always a big one when we allow the kids so much money to buy groceries for Christmas.
First Lady Hillary Clinton, escorted by Mike Reynolds, visited our club and even participated in programs with the kids. Other local and national dignitaries have made special visits to the club. House Speaker Jody Richards has given our club special recognition for our club's safe school programs. Many prominent citizens have been special to our kids for many years and have visited the club to be with our boys and girls. Our board of directors conducts major planning for our biggest fundraiser, the Houchins Market Boys and Girls Club Golf Classic. Supporters from throughout our community and even from other states come to support this annual event. Ruel Houchins, Jim Bohannon, Jerry Safford, Bob Jeffers, Dale Green, and Wes Strader coordinate this event, the biggest one-day tournament in the whole area. Thanksgiving meals with Barry and Gina McIntosh are always a hit. Our boys and girls and their families enjoy festive holiday meals at the club. Special gifts and support are necessary for our continued success, and activities such as the Soapbox Derby with the Crime Stoppers car and visits from the Globetrotters help keep our adrenaline high. Our annual dinners provide a great time for fellowship and recognition.
Well, we sponsor the annual dinner each year, and it's a time that we can come together with the board, and a lot of volunteer hours go into planning the dinner. And it's a great time to recognize the community and all the volunteer who has supported us in many ways through their time and talent and most all their contributions.
A visit to the Justice Center at Christmas, courtesy Amy Milliken, for time with court judges, county attorney, and other court employees was special for our boys and girls. With much support for our computer lab from special friends like Joey Natcher and Tom Thomerson, we continue to provide a safe place for our members to learn. Our boys and girls need help to prepare themselves to be better students and productive citizens. We know our community, and especially our board members, will continue to help us provide our boys and girls a future with a promise.
At the Boys and Girls Club, we're really fortunate to live in a community like Bowling Green, Warren County, that our support comes from so many people. We have hundreds, even thousands of people out there through the years who've helped us, and they range from the factory worker, the alumni of the club that helps us. Those business partners in the community are just wonderful, and we just couldn't do the things we do in programming if we didn't have that support. We need that support to continue.
We have so many deserving youngsters. Most of the kids that come to us are on a poverty level, and they don't have many things. I'm not talking about just materially, but I'm talking about other things. Down at the club, we're able to teach them discipline and the basic fundamentals of manners, for instance. And these kids grow. We've had so many people who've gone through our boys club who are now stalwarts of the community, and they attest to the fact that the boys club meant so much was the difference between them maybe staying out of trouble and going straight as they should.
There's a lot of people today that need extra guidance or some kind of guidance, and the Boys and Girls Club provides that. It helps turn people young children that would be leaning toward joining gangs or going astray. It gives them a structured place to come to play games, to learn how to use computers, which all of us need to know today. And it gives them a wholesome environment as an alternative to being on the street.
The Boys Club was just one of the things that I look back to that was one of my major stepping stones, or helped me over the roads that I've been over today, and I'm real grateful. That's the reason I want to spend as much time as I can in participating and helping the Boys Club as much as I can.
And the Boys Club showed me that, I was important too, that I could be productive, that regardless of the way I looked, the way I was clothed, I was still part of something, and that's so important today, to be part of something. And I don't think you'd be better associated or better fitted anywhere than with the Boys Club of Bowling Green.
And I can't tell you one person that's ever been a member of the Boys Club that hadn't turned out to be somebody. I mean, I'm not talking about, like a president of a corporation. I'm talking about a good citizen, and a honorable citizen, a respected citizen. And, if you say 1 out of 100 you've done something,